What's happening, disc golf fans, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. I'm here with another disc golf adventure. Let's get into it. All right. Today we are in Douglasville, Georgia, at a awesome disc golf park, and this is Boundary Waters 1, 2, and 3. And today we're going to start with just Boundary Waters 1, also known as the Buzzard, established in 2015. This is a beast of a course, par 61, 71, 132 feet, and we're going to get right into it with hole 1 here. Hole 1, you're looking at 424 feet, and again, the sides and U-disc may be a little bit off, but yeah, that's what we're looking at here. But you can see the basket way out there in front of you, off the tee pad. Here's another look at it. Good looking hole. I mean, what a great signature hole to start with, and to get out there without going OB in the water, just trying to lay it up and get it in the basket. Yeah, not a birdie opportunity for me. All right, moving on to hole 2, 590 foot par 4, and you are throwing over the bushes, which don't come into play, just kind of freak you out. And unless you throw a low shot, turf burner, a worm burner, and get through the gap and get further down the fairway to this. And again, just a few trees in the way. That's all that's stopping you here. All right, so hole 1 was a 424 straight shot. Hole 2 is a 590 par 4, and it's got a left-hand bend. And here we are on to hole 3. So U-disc has it listed as 2-3. Well, when I was there, it was a separate hole in itself. And hole 3 here, you can see, is 226. And it's par 3. And it's right there, out of the trees, that basket. Kind of cool. I like the shot. Get through the gap and getting out there. Yeah, so they do this thing with hole 9, so it's 9 and 9As. But anyway, moving on to hole 4. This is 588 foot par 4. And you can see it says 555 on the sign, but U-disc is giving me that. And it's another straight shot until it hooks right at the basket on the left side of the fairway there. But it's nice, wide open fairway. Just stay out of the trees, and you're golden. Famous last words. And here we go. We got to zoom in and get you a little closer to look at the fairway. Again, nice wide open, and you just want to set yourself up so you've got a good shot to the basket on the left. It's not that far into the woods, so you can still be pretty much on the left side and not be so pinched off. All right, so here's a look at it. You can kind of see where you're looking at the basket, and let's get in a little closer here and see what we're looking at. So there we go. You see, it's not in the woods, really. It's not tucked in the woods, so you're not pinched off. You just need to get a better look at it. Just get up there as far as you can and hit it off. All right, here we go. All right, moving on to hole 5 is 452 par 4, and this has a long straight shot down the fairway until you get to the last, few feet, as you can see here, and it's a hard left. It is a hard left turn. So you've got some guardian trees in the way, and here we go. Hole 6. It's a straight shot. It's a shorter shot. It's only 227 feet, and it's right there just off the fairway. A couple of guardian trees, not too bad, but give you a good look at it there. All right, moving on to hole 7. Hole 7 is a 589 foot par 4, and you've got a long straight shot, and then it angles off to the left for more than half of the distance of the hole. And there's, you can see where you're going to be cutting back into the woods. So your fairway shot pretty straightforward to get you to set up to this shot. So you can throw into the woods, and you've got, like I said, more than half of your footage to go in here. And then you've got a bunch of guardian trees to get around, but then it opens up by the basket. Pretty cool. I'll give you a better shot of it here and see what I'm talking about. So you can see definitely a bunch of guardian trees, but it opens up there. All right. All right, then walking right over there to hole 8. And this is a par 3, 258 feet straight shot right down the fairway, and just missed, pick which side of those trees, the center trees, which you're going to go around. I find I aim at them and I don't hit them. But then when I do, I wonder why. So there you go. All right, so give you a better shot here. Look at the basket you're heading to. Like I said, it's a straight shot up the fairway. Just come to the wall of trees, get through that, and not so bad. Hit a tree early, you can still get up there and scramble for your par. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so this is hole 9. This is hole 9A, and you're shooting out of the trees. I've got it listed at 173 here, and you can see the sign's got something different, but I don't have 9A or B. So this shows throwing out here to this, and then you've got 9A or 9B, I guess, or 9 and 9A. 9A is 351 feet. Shout out to Dustin Penwright for some of these pictures that kind of fill in some of the gaps that I didn't have. But here you can see, moving on, hole 10. And that's a 493 foot throw into the woods. All right, it's pretty much straight until you get to the end, and it's going to fade to the left. So if you can do a right-hand backhand pretty much straight as you can, let it fade to the left, and it'll get you in there, or get you down the fairway anyway. And we'll zoom in here and see what we're looking at. Get you a little closer here. So this is the little turn to the left at the end of your shot. All right, good looking shot. And moving on to hole 11. Hole 11, I've got listed at 526, par 4. You can see it's 45 on the sign there, but a little tweaking and made it a little longer, I guess. But it's a short, straight shot, and then you angle off to the right side for a long way. So you're wanting to get up to here, get to that spot where you can make the right-hand turn. And it's not a hard turn, it's an angle. So you can get some distance out of it and get you up to here, up to that little hill in front of you. You can kind of use that as a backstop to get you there and not worry about going over the hill, because the basket's on the hill. You'll see it here in just a second. Right, so you don't want to go over and miss that, and then have a long comebacker, so you can throw it to the hillside and toss it in for your score. All right. Anyway, moving on, hole 12. Love this hole. This is a nice looking hole off the tee pad. Get through the trees and get out, throw it out into the field, and it's pretty much a wide open shot after that. Like I said, it's a straight shot. Get out of the trees, and you're good. I took a picture of this, or use this to show you some nice work on the course, just to get off the tee pad and come down, get you down to the basket. All right, and here's the field. You can see the basket down at the end there. We'll zoom in here and give you a better shot, but it's a straight shot. Again, only 311 feet. And then move on. I'm sorry, hole 12 was 273. Hole 13, here we go. That says 387. I've got on UDisc at 311. And it's straight there. Right out in front of him. Missed the little ravine right there. And I think it's casual. and get to the basket. There you go. All right, so here we go. Moving on to hole 14. And here it says 360. I've got it at 395 on UDisc. And it's straight for most of it. To get around the trees, get around those big trees, and then you're going to head angle to the right toward the basket. You'll see that here. And you can see back in there is where the basket is. And we'll zoom in here and get you a better shot of it here in just a second and kind of show what I'm talking about. There you go. Just miss the big trees. Get you up close and in a scoring position. All right, hole 15. Got it at 320, and it's a straight shot. Out of the trees, out in the field, across the field, 320 feet. You know, you should be able to miss the trees by the tee and head straight out there and hit toward the basket. All right, from there you got to cross the road. You can see the tee pad. These guys are heading to hole 16. Tee pad right there to go to hole 16 and come back to the left, straight down the side of the road and the tree line. It's 381 feet, par 3. It kind of bends with the road a little bit, not much. So you got to stay off the road, OB, stay out of the trees on the right, and get you here a little bit. I can't even really say it's a turn into the trees, but it's there at the trees. How about that? So there you go. Well, it's right there at the trees. And good looking hole. All right. And moving on. Hole 17. Here we go. I've got it at 451 foot, par 4. And this is barely a bend to the right. So you throw straight and through the middle of the flight, I guess, in the middle of it, you're going to get to this spot and you want to angle it through those trees. And you'll come out in the open and get you a better look at the basket here. But that's where you're heading to. All right. Nice raised basket. So right on the edge of the trees, of the tree line. That's hole 17. All right, moving on to hole 18. We've got 336 feet. You've got about halfway through, you're going to bend to the left. Kind of go out in the open field here and across to the other tree line. And here we are. Bunch of guys at the end there. So shout out to you guys. Made it through hole 18 and appreciate you following along here. So check it out. This is Boundary Waters 1, the Buzzard. We're going to check it out. We're going to check out Boundary Waters 2 as well. And we'll do that real soon. All right, that's all we have time for today. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this with a friend. And we'll see you on the next one. See ya.